You may know me as an author, and also am started this YouTube channel for other creatives and writers, artistic entrepreneurs, and starting this new video series as I prepare to launch a new fantasy series called The Rise of the Normals. And this is a new novel. It's coming out in a couple of months. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that process, not necessarily about not necessarily to sell the book so much or to have you purchase it, though, although I think you'll find it quite interesting, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a second. But also as to document my journey on this process. So I work a lot with other authors and writers, and honestly, this is while I have published in the past, I haven't published a book in 4 or 5 years now, maybe longer, over 5 years, losing track. So want to document this process to help others and talk about the importance of what I'm calling small wins. So often we get caught up in we need to get so much done and we need these big chunks of time in order to write a book or to do any anything really, specifically, artistic entrepreneurial stuff. We feel like we have to. So this book series, I've written two of the books, and halfway through the third, but going to release them in a staggered process over a couple of months. Um, I've done all of this while working full time, and so a lot of this was done in little micro doses of 15 minutes here or there. But let me tell you first about the book. So the book, I have my little one sentence pitch that I should have memorized, but I don't. So let me read it to you. It's when Diesel, a wolf shifter, is trapped in his truck during a forest fire, he is saved by a man with unconventional powers that must, and then he must fight off his own pack who are trying to kill him, or else prevent the evolution of the new human species. So, still tweaking that a little bit, but effectively, it's uh, Diesel, who's this wolf shifter. He meets a quote human who has some odd powers about him, and Diesel's own pack is now threatened by this magic of of this man and are trying to kill him. And this man is the forebearer, if you would, of a new human species that is magical. So that's the general gist of book one, and the entire book series is about this new evolution of humanity, and how the quote unquote supernatural world is fighting against that because they feel threatened by it. So that's the gist behind the rise. If you're interested in knowing more about it, you can sign up for my mailing list. I'll put a description, or in the show notes, I'll put a link out to that page, but it's rickbetancourt.com/sign up is my email list, and I'd be happy to share more about that and that process and what's going on with that. But this YouTube channel I wanted to create specifically for other writers and artistic entrepreneurs, because I'm also working on uh, a a a book on I don't want to give the title away because I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna title this, because version of it has an F-bomb in it, and I'm not sure if I want to go with that one yet, but effectively it's about helping helping artistic entrepreneurs with these things like I'm talking about, like small wins and some mindset to help you get to be successful and more productive with your art, be it writing, acting, dancing, what are your what your passion is and bringing that into your life. So in not that I'm an expert, but documenting my journey in this process. So I have, as I mentioned, I published several novels, a couple of them back there. Summer Wind Magic, Building Us, Marketing Beef, uh, and work with other writers in nonprofit spaces to uh, help them get either agented or work with them to get self-published or learn more about some of the intricacies of marketing and the details of the stuff that people, some of us creatives, don't tend to like the tech side of it or the mailing lists, for instance, the technology of that. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but some people get a little intimidated by it. So I like to, and I love that stuff. I love marketing. I love technology. Um, so I got my little list of things I wanted to talk to you about. So we talked about the new novel coming out in a couple months, starting this documenting my journey, uh, uh, which is more to motivate myself to make sure I've had this book in the works for a couple of years now, and I've been kind of sitting on my ass, to be quite honest. So I just need to get myself motivated and commit to getting it out, and wanted to document that in the process. So that book is coming out. I'm also going to give and I'll put the link in the show notes also, of this tracker system that I'm talking about, this sort of small wins, and uh, in how to be more productive. And a lot of us are busy. There's a lot going on, but yet we can get things done without in small batches, in micro doses. That's great if you have the luxury of writing for 8 hours a day, or even four, or even one. But some of us are busy and don't have that luxury. Whether you're working full time, or you're a full time mom, or you have other commitments that sort of get in the way, and it's about prioritizing what we really want as artists, and how we want to make sure we're tapping into what we have to give in this world and tapping into our passions. So I'll put the link in the show notes below, so you can get this free tracker, Small Wins, and what some of the things that I've used to help motivate myself and feel more productive and be more productive, right? So I'll put that in there, and happy to share that with you. If you want to, I'll give you like I said, the link to that. And look forward to chatting with you some more and talking a little bit about my plans in this journey of independently publishing my new series, my new fantasy series. The books I've had previously published, predominantly, um, there's LGBTQ elements to them, and this new series has LGBTQ elements to it. It's not necessarily a traditional quote romance. It's more of a fantasy, and there are the main character Diesel is bisexual or fluid, and um, yeah. So I don't want to give it all away, but it's I think you'll, or hope people will enjoy it. But again, the purpose of this is more for writers who or other people who are interested in finding their passion, and or you probably found it. It's just putting that passion into place and making it happen and finding ways to do it. So look for the show notes and I'll get you that tracker. Thanks.